The lights dim as a hush falls over the America's Got Talent stage. A young Filipino contestant named Rafael Cruz walks into the spotlight, visibly nervous but holding himself with quiet confidence. He's dressed in a simple white suit with a touch of vintage flair, a subtle nod to Elvis Presley. The audience watches curiously, and the judges exchange intrigued glances. Simon Cowell leans forward, eyes narrowing in curiosity. When Rafael grips the vintage microphone and softly says he grew up listening to Elvis with his father, the crowd offers a gentle round of applause. Then, the familiar tune of "Can't Help Falling in Love" begins. The first note leaves his lips, deep, smooth, and soulful, and instantly, the entire auditorium freezes in awe. His voice carries the warmth and tone of Elvis himself, as if the king has returned to the stage. The audience gasps collectively, a few even rising to their feet. The camera catches Simon's astonished expression and Sofia Vergara whispering, "Oh my God, it's Elvis." The atmosphere transforms from curiosity to pure magic as Rafael closes his eyes, channeling the spirit of a legend. Every word he sings vibrates through the hall with emotion and nostalgia, leaving everyone spellbound. When the lights glow gold at the chorus, it feels as though Elvis Presley's soul has returned. Through Rafael's voice. As Rafael continues singing, the stage transforms into a nostalgic tribute. The giant LED screen behind him flickers with black and white footage of Elvis Presley's iconic performances, his signature dance moves, his smile, his unforgettable presence. The soft glow of vintage spotlights bathes Rafael in golden light, making him look almost like Elvis reborn. The audience, completely captivated, begins to sway gently to the rhythm of "Can't Help Falling in Love." Some people close their eyes, lost in the emotion of the moment, while others raise their phones to record what feels like history in the making. Halfway through the song, Rafael's confidence grows. His voice deepens, echoing with passion and control that stirs the entire theater. Sofia Vergara wipes a tear, Heidi Klum clasps her hands over her heart, and Howie Mandel nods in admiration. Simon Cowell's usual stoic expression softens, he's clearly moved. The crowd begins to applaud mid-song, clapping in rhythm, fueling Rafael's energy. As the final verse approaches, golden lights rain down like stardust, surrounding him in a halo of brilliance. He lifts his hand slightly, just as Elvis once did, and delivers the final note with breathtaking power and soul. For a moment, time seems to stand still. The music fades, leaving behind an electric silence, then an eruption of cheers, screams, and standing ovations. The king's spirit feels alive again through Rafael's unforgettable performance. As the last note fades into silence, the audience bursts into thunderous applause that shakes the entire hall. People rise from their seats, shouting Rafael's name, while others chant, "Elvis lives." The lights brighten, revealing faces filled with joy, disbelief, and admiration. Rafael stands frozen for a moment, breathing heavily, trying to process what just happened. His hands tremble slightly as he lowers the microphone, and a small, emotional smile spreads across his face. The camera zooms in on his teary eyes. This is more than just applause, it's a dream realized. Simon Cowell slowly rises to his feet, clapping deliberately, his expression serious but filled with respect. It's rare for him to stand, and the audience roars even louder when they see it. Sofia and Heidi follow, cheering and clapping, while Howie raises both arms high in excitement. Rafael bows deeply, overwhelmed by the standing ovation. The host walks onto the stage, shouting over the cheers, "Rafael, you've just brought Elvis back to life." Simon finally speaks, his voice cutting through the noise. That wasn't an imitation. That was reincarnation. The audience explodes again, some fans waving Elvis posters, others holding their hearts. Rafael covers his mouth, holding back tears as Simon smiles and nods approvingly. In that moment, the entire theater feels united by music, memory, and the haunting power of Rafael's voice, the voice that brought back the king. The cheering slowly fades as the judges prepare to give their comments, each still visibly amazed by what they've witnessed. Howie Mandel leans into his microphone first, grinning from ear to ear. "Raphael," he says, "that wasn't just singing, that was pure transformation. You didn't perform an Elvis song, you became part of his legend tonight." The audience applauds wildly as Raphael smiles shyly, still trying to hold back tears. Heidi Klum follows, placing her hand on her chest. "I felt like I was back in the 1960s, she says warmly. "You took us on a time machine. Every note, every look, it was magical." Sofia Vergara nods in agreement, her eyes bright with emotion. "You brought Elvis's soul back for a few minutes," she adds. "That's something people will never forget." The crowd cheers again, chanting Raphael's name. Finally, Simon Cowell leans forward, resting his elbows on the desk. The room grows quiet, everyone waits for his verdict. Simon looks at Raphael for a long moment before saying, "You didn't just sing like Elvis, you felt like him. You honored him, but you also made it your own." The audience erupts in applause, and Simon stands once more, pressing the golden buzzer. Gold confetti rains down as Raphael drops to his knees in disbelief, crying tears of joy while the audience chants his name louder than ever. Backstage, the energy is electric as Raphael walks off the stage, still dazed from the golden buzzer moment. Gold confetti clings to his suit and hair, shimmering under the lights. The host rushes toward him, microphone in hand, exclaiming, "Raphael, you just made history." He laughs through tears, unable to speak for a moment. His family runs up to embrace him, his mother clutching an old Elvis pendant that once belonged to Raphael's late father. She whispers, "He would be so proud of you," and Raphael finally breaks down, holding her tightly. The camera captures the emotion perfectly, the tears, the laughter, the disbelief. Crew members and other contestants applaud as he walks past, still overwhelmed. "It doesn't feel real," he says softly. "I just wanted to honor Elvis. I didn't expect this." The host smiles and replies, "You didn't just honor him, you brought him back to life." Raphael looks toward the stage one last time, the distant sound of cheering still echoing through the hall. As he takes a deep breath, the lights fade and slow-motion clips replay his performance, his first note, the standing ovation, the golden buzzer moment, all set to the haunting final words of his song. The episode ends with a powerful image of Raphael looking up at the sky, whispering, "Thank you, Elvis."